Assistant Head John Crowley is teaching a maths lesson about angles.
Now then, you should have a triangle. Most of yours are purple, but mine is green. And what you need to do is you need to remove the angles. So I want you to tear off 1, 2, 3 angles. And then I want you to put your angles together so that you've got 1, 2, 3 angles. And I want to see if you notice anything. What do we notice along the bottom? Where my 3 angles are, because there's my 3 angles that you've torn off. And what do we notice that we have?
180 degrees.
180 degrees. And how can you tell, Paul, that they're on 180 degrees? You're right, Paul? Because it's on a straight line. What I'm trying to do is to allow the children to explore in different ways. So I've shown them visually, they've made practically, and now they're testing out by drawing to try and get this concept very concrete that the 3 angles in a triangle make 180 degrees. So at this stage of the lesson, we're just trying to teach that one concept, but by using different approaches, hopefully that will sink in better. The table over there, I've just thrown a little bit of extra challenging to emphasise Kyle's point that we could try triangles with an obtuse angle, because they were the ones who did particularly well yesterday when we were drawing and measuring angles and we're coming up with the rules. So those I'm pushing a little bit further, which I was just coming to Kyle to sort of see how he'd got with that as well. Well, that's 80 and that's nearly 90. That looks about right. That's a bit less and that's the smallest. So they look about right. Should we just check? We're moving on to assessing the outcomes of the last sort of couple of days in class. The few people that felt they wanted a little bit more practice at measuring angles first. So we've got an IT programme which guides them through the process of measuring angles. And I've got one group who I'm wanting to really crack on with this because I think they've got the concepts that I'm after this week and we can move on to furthering the learning and getting on to the investigation phase of the lesson. Every class is different. They come with different problems, they come with different talents, they come with different abilities. And you have to adapt the way that you work to suit that. And then you also have to take into account that within that kind of feel for the class, the individuals have their own personal styles as well. So we'll have some groups who are grouped for learning style preferences. We'll have some groups that are grouped for academic abilities in particular areas. We'll have some groups that are grouped because they get on better together. And we keep that flexibility to try and make sure that everybody achieves as best they can.